Alright, the recording process of making a YouTube video is honestly a little bit frustrating, and it's a little bit weird talking to yourself into a camera. But I'm going to do a really natural makeup tutorial because I have a lot of time on my hands recently. So I started off with moisturizing my face with Olay Body Moisturizer because I have a very dry complexion. And I then used a dark spot correcting cream just under my eyes and around my nose where it needed it. I'm gonna put on a primer from Ulta. I'm not very wealthy, so you know I have what I have. Use what I've got. Just putting that directly underneath my eyes or anywhere a lot of your pores might show. I think a lot of my pores show on my nose in particular because, you know, honestly I don't know why, but you know, just in the places you're gonna put a lot more product, I would put primer just because it makes it look less cakey and more flawless. Yeah. I think the reason I wanted to start making videos on YouTube is really because my anxiety has been, it's been worse recently, and I've been having a hard time talking to people or getting out of the house. So I'm hoping that, you know, making YouTube videos helps me out a little bit. After priming, I'm gonna use the I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's a little foundation concealing stick, and I'm actually like super close to being out of it. Anyways, when I went to Six Flags, this is how I did my makeup. I just put it, you know, right where I needed it. It just happens to be like the perfect color. I just cover up, you know, all of my darkness with it. All of the veins that might be showing too. Okay. One eye, the other eye, I think you can tell the difference better from back here. And then I like to take a super tiny beauty blender just for things like this because, you know, I don't want to, you know, it's more intricate. You just want to blend it in a small area, so you would need a small beauty blender. You don't need anything big. It might diffuse the makeup too much, and then it won't have a whole lot of pigment anymore. I mean, at least that's what I think. That's what I'm afraid of. I do have a little mirror here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do one side of my face to show you the difference in the end of what it looks like. And keep in mind, this stick is running low, so it could scrape off some of the makeup as I go along. I don't know. I like to put some here, you know, some on my nose, like I said. Just get rid of all the red. See, I did get a little bit sunburnt at Six Flags. Regardless, we're gonna cover it up. Only on one side. I'm not going anywhere. I don't have any place to go. And maybe even over any imperfections you might have, I would put it over that. I don't, like I said, I keep saying though, I don't have a whole lot left, so I'm actually going to leave that be. But after that, I'd like to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape. This is actually just a sample size. Like I said, I'm not really wealthy, so I just use a lot of Ipsy, you know, sample things. But I'll like to put that right just in here to brighten up my inner eye a little bit. Maybe just a little here because I do have extra dark like spots right there for some reason. But as you can see, it brightens up my eye quite a bit more. Where did I? Oh. And just go back in with that same Beauty Blender. Again, we're just wanting this to look really natural, so it's gonna look, hopefully, like your skin after we're done. See? Doesn't even look like I have a whole lot on, huh? This side, it just looks like I'm more awake, you know, versus that side. After that, you know, I want to bring some color into my face. So usually I would use a cream blush and rub it right here, but I actually don't have that right now. So I'm going to go in with a really natural looking blush. It's Bang Beauty. It is Smoked Peach. I really like this blush because it has a gold. It has a gold shimmer to it, and it looks really nice. I don't know if you can tell. No, I don't think so. But I like to just put a little bit on my brush and start here at the height of your cheekbone and go upwards this way and all around here. So all of your cheekbone, and then maybe even sometimes, you know, on the bridge of my nose. It might not be too helpful right now because I am red on this side still, so you won't be able to see the difference, but I like to go all around here. Maybe once or twice, depending on how I'm feeling that day, on how bright or whatever I want my makeup to look. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere today, so, you know. And then to set, we just want to set the under eye a tiny, tiny bit. So I would go in with something fluffy, like a little fluffy brush. This is actually not for under eyes, but I don't have what I usually use right now. So, oh wow, I'm gonna go in with just this tiny Ulta powder that I have, and just set right underneath my eyes with powder so that I don't get creases, you know. Make sure you get all around where you put the concealer. Just the concealer though, because, you know, the blush and other things we put on our face is going to set whatever else we put on. Make sure you get, you know, around your smile lines or your nose. We're gonna do with eyebrows. I love when I want a natural eyebrow look to go in with I don't even know what this is, but I think it's on the more expensive side of makeup. I use a super tiny brush, and I get it really flat by using the top of the lid and, you know, just doing this a few times back and forth on each side, getting the brush really flat and thin. It's not focusing very well, but sometimes I'll pinch it with my fingers just to get extra product off or to make it really precise and thin. And I will draw on some fake hairs or the outline of what type of brow I want that day. Usually it's a natural brow look that I want. I'm resting my finger on my nose because it creates more stability for, you know, for my hand while I'm doing the brow. I like to do a little line just underneath my brow to make it look all, you know, uniform. This one doesn't have it, so it looks fuller and like I have more brow hair than I have, as well as, you know, making it look neater. Just filling in any spots that I'd want to look fuller. I don't have a whole lot of hair at the end of my brows, so I usually do a little more in there. And then I'll just smudge it, you know, when I get bored or whatever with working on my brows. I'll make sure you comb it up sometimes, like once in a while, because as your brow moves around, it'll look funny if you don't get all of the angles. Even smudge it in the front so it looks seamless. Like I said, it's a really natural look, so I'm not going for anything like, you know, you can do that if you like, but just to compare the difference in my eyebrows and my face so far. I actually don't like to wear highlighter when I'm doing a natural look. Sometimes I do, but I feel like it brings out a lot of my pores, and I don't like that. So that's one reason why I like to wear this blush. I think I might go back in with some more. Oh, well, it is pretty shiny, actually. For natural eyeshadow, sometimes I will go in with a bronzer. I have different bronzers that I like to use. This one is just, I don't even know what that brand name is, but I have different ones that I go in with. But usually for eyeshadow, I'll use Pacifica Tahiti. It is just a really sparkly, sheer, like, it's just really pretty. I'll show you what it looks like when I put it on here. I'll go in with a little flat brush. It's fluffier, so I'll rub it around, because this, you know, there's not a whole lot of product on it, but I'll put it just right on my lid, and see, it just does a little bit of sparkle, just enough to bring a little bit of attention to your eye, just a little bit. Sometimes I like to go in with a little bit of a brown, a darker brown eyeshadow, and just do it right above my lash line to make it look, you know, to give my eye a little bit more depth. And I think I might do that, actually. I like to use Tarte's Toasted palette a lot when I do looks like that, when I do smoky, natural looks. I like to go in with an angled brush. I don't know if this brush has a name, but, you know, I think I see a lot of gurus use it for eyeliner. I just like to use it, I guess, kind of like eyeliner. Oh my gosh, this palette always smells so good. You just go right above the lash line, as close as you can get it. You know, smudge it out, blend it out. Just gives a little bit more to your eye, just a little bit. Makes your eye look wider, or, you know, I don't necessarily know what it does, in all honesty. It just kind of looks better. I think it makes it look like there's a false wing on there when you don't feel like doing an entire thing, you know. Just intensifies the eye look a little, and you don't just have sparkles on your eyelid. I know I'm looking over here a lot, but it's because, you know, I'm looking at myself in the on screen. For lips, we will go in with a little bit of mascara, but for lips, I don't like to wear lipstick, really, or lip gloss. So I'll go in with this Cocoa Sugar. It's from Pink, you know, nothing special. Put it on the back of my nail, because it's, when you have longer nails, it's harder to get it out. I just put a little bit of lip scrub on. just first, because I do, like I said, I have naturally dry skin, so my lips are also pretty dry. I like to get all that skin off. And then go in with some shea butter. Sorry, I know that's not very attractive. I'm just gonna get a makeup wipe and wipe up all of that mess I just made. I really love Neutrogena makeup wipes. They're honestly the best wipes I've had since my skin is really sensitive